welcome back to Ninjago News TV. Ninjago has had some amazing characters, but unfortunately, there are some really bad characters too. So that's why today we're going to be talking about my top 5 worst Ninjago characters. So nothing really else to say, so yeah, let's get started. I kind of had a hard time deciding who to put in number 5, but in the end, I decided to put Kozue in number 5. The reason I'm not a huge fan of his character is he's just very primitive and simple-minded, and there's nothing to his character really beyond that. And I just don't feel like there's any... I don't know, I mean, he is a secondary villain, he is just a general in an army, but when compared to other generals like Makia and Cryptor, he just is not the same. I mean, take Cryptor, for example, who is very taunting, very unique character, and Makia, too, who is just really skilled on the battlefield, and, you know, awesome leader. Then you have Kozue, who is definitely a good leader. I mean, he's very fierce, but at the same time, he's just very primitive, and there's no depth to his character at all. There's nothing really beyond that, other than he is very primitive, and he's very strong. In 4th place, we have Yang. My problem really isn't with his character, but more of how Day of the Departed portrayed his character. Season 5 he was fine, just a minor villain in Season 5, and, you know, stuff was revealed about him, and he was definitely set up to be a villain later on in the series from there. Day of the Departed comes, and we are all extremely underwhelmed by what happens. I think the biggest problem with Day of the Departed is they tried to make him seem like an evil genius, when in reality his plan was not that. I mean, it was cool, sure, but, I mean, it wasn't super awesome. Like, that's what they tried to make it seem like in Day of the Departed. Not to mention, he's also just weird. He just doesn't really have anything going on. You can't relate to his character. They tried to make it so that you could relate to him, but you really cannot relate to him. I mean, he's crazy. Now, moreover, when, of course, he and Cole do team up at the end of Day of the Departed, there is that really stupid thing with someone having to remain behind to be the quote-unquote master of the temple. And I get it, that's less of a problem with Yang's character, but I just find that to be really dumb and a way to just push Yang off to the side, because obviously they don't want him coming back as a, human. So I just have a lot of problems with the way Yang was portrayed in Day of the Departed. In 3rd place, we have Dogshank, the worst character from Season 6. There are several problems I have with her. First, we have her voice acting, which I really just don't like at all. It's just very, very weird. But, yeah, moving on, she was kind of characterized to be Nia's opposite in a sort of way, and I did not like that relationship at all. There was just nothing going on. Just the fact that they were both girls, really, and that was just really dumb. A really dumb way of making her seem like Nia's counterpart on the villain side. I just wish there would have been more creativity with their character, rather than being, oh, Nia and her are both girls, so, they're counterparts. So I really would have liked to see more of that. And I would have liked to see more development for her character. She had a kind of unique backstory, right, in the Tall Tales, but none of that was really mentioned in the show, and none of that was really explored further. In conclusion, I think Dogshank definitely had so much potential, but they just kind of wasted it. First, they could have gotten her a better voice actor, and there were other stuff that definitely could have been done to improve her character. So now we're entering 2nd place, and we are taking a huge step up from 3rd place. We have Ragmunk and Blanc, and the reason they aren't in 2 separate places is because there's practically nothing to distinguish these 2 characters apart. These are by far the worst comic relief characters that we have seen in Ninjago. So, there is nothing separating the 2. There's nothing that really distinguishes them and sets them as their own characters. The biggest problem is that with these comic relief characters is that they were placed in positions of authority as actual Vermilion generals, yet they're total idiots. And that is a huge problem when thinking about it. I mean, why the heck would Crux select these 2 goofballs to lead the Vermilion army? I mean, that's just so dumb. Moreover, there are just so many stupid things they do in the show, and especially the way that they lost the slow-mo blade just really emphasizes why I hate these 2 characters. These are totally comic relief characters gone wrong. I think it would have been perfectly fine had they not been in positions of authority. I think that totally would have been different, and they were just featured way too much in the show, so that is just another problem I have with it. Moreover, they're not even funny. But, actually, I have a correction to make. I did say these guys were the worst comic relief characters, and that's a mistake. Yep. In 1st place, we have quote-unquote Season 9 Dareth, and I will attempt to explain what I mean by this. So we have Dareth in the original few seasons as a comic relief character with a minor role. In Seasons 2 to 4, I found his character to be kind of funny, actually. I really did like the stuff he did. He wasn't in a huge role, and he was kind of funny, I will admit. And he had a brief cameo in Season 5 also. Season 6 he started to get annoying, of course, being that manager of the ninja, and that got really annoying at points, but he was still fine, tolerable. In Season 7, he didn't really do much. In fact, I can't even remember what he did in Season 7. Season 8 was fine except for one really obnoxious potty joke. Then entered Season 9, where he is literally in every single episode. This is a huge mistake. See, when I say Season 9 Dareth, I mean just the Dareth we saw in Season 9, not any other season. The biggest problem was that he was the ultimate source of potty humor in this season, which is totally out of place. I mean, come on. Another big problem is that he was given such a huge role for absolutely no reason. The Brown Power arc was by far the dumbest arc of the season, and again, why would they spare Dareth from getting arrested, but not Pixel? That is just unbelievably silly. I really don't think that Dareth is a bad character necessarily. He just should not get this big of a role, and that is why Season 9 totally ruined him. So before we end the video, just want to clarify, I mean no offense to the writers or anyone who works on the show. These are just characters who I don't really like that much. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. What do you guys think? Who are your top 5 worst characters? Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone, everyone you know, and I will see you next time.